Good morning students, welcome back to SST class and today we will do revision of chapter 4. Chapter 3 and 4 is coming for your second periodic test. So today we will discuss chapter number 4, India Physical. We have already seen that the house you live in, if anyone asks where is your house, you have to give the location, then you have to say which country, state, city, street and house number. Okay, so location of India. Our country India is a beautiful country. It is located in South Asia. India is located in South Asia. This is Asia. India is located in South Asia. It is the 7th largest country in terms of area and second most populated country in the world. So India is the second largest country in terms of area and second most populated country in the world. Okay, so it is surrounded by Bay of Bengal in the east. In the east, I have already shown you Bay of Bengal. Then Arabian Sea in the west, and the Himalayas in the north. You can see the Himalayas in the north and Indian Ocean in the south. Okay, so it is surrounded by Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea, Himalayas and Indian Ocean. This is the world map. Okay, India is here. So who are the neighbors of India? India shares its boundaries with many countries. These countries are Pakistan and Afghanistan on the northwest, Bhutan, China and Nepal in the north, and Bangladesh and Myanmar in the east. So the neighbors of India are Pakistan, Afghanistan, Bhutan, China, Nepal, Bangladesh and Myanmar. Okay, so let us turn the page now. Our southern neighbors across the sea consist of two island countries named Sri Lanka and Maldives. So southern neighbors across the sea consist of two islands, that is Sri Lanka and Maldives. You can see Sri Lanka here. Okay, so in the map you can find the neighbors: Afghanistan, Pakistan, China, Nepal, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Myanmar. Okay, here there is Sri Lanka and Maldives is also the island out of the two islands who are neighbors. Okay, so you can find out in the map. So next, let us move on. Here is Maldives. Okay, here is Maldives. So next, physical features of India. Physical features of a place describe the landforms, water bodies, climate, natural vegetation and soil of that area. So physical feature of a place describes the landforms, the water bodies, the climate and vegetation and soil of that area. There are different physical features like mountains, plains, deserts, forests, hills, plateaus, rivers, etc. So let us study about India under 6 physical division, that is northern mountains, northern plains, western desert, southern plateau, coastal plains and islands. Okay, we will study about these. So about the mountains, I have already said you that according to the colors you find out the mountains, plains, plateaus, deserts, islands and coastal plains. Let us move on. Northern mountains. A mountain is a large mass of earth that projects well. You have already seen the mountains like this. The shape is like this. So it is a large mass of earth that projects well above its surrounding. This is the definition. A mountain range is a chain of such mountains. So mountain range is chain of such mountains. Okay. They have uneven land with steep sloping sides. The land is uneven with steep sloping sides, like this, sloping sides. Few people, they give rise to many rivers. The mountains give rise to many rivers. Few people live on mountains. Okay, the great Himalayan mountain range in the northernmost part of India is the highest mountain range of India. The great Himalayan mountain range in the northernmost part of India, it is the highest mountain range of India. The highest mountain peak in Himalayas is Mount Everest. This is located in Nepal. And the highest Himalayan mountain peak in India is Mount Kanchenjunga. Okay, the highest Himalayan mountain peak in India is Kanchenjunga. Okay, that is called MK2. The Himalayan range is always covered with snow. So Himalayan range is always covered with snow. Now let us move on to the next page. The mountains are a source of rivers like the Ganga, the Yamuna, the Brahmaputra, etc., which flow down to the plains. Darjeeling and Simla are hill stations in the Himalayas. So these rivers, Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra, they are source of rivers which flows down the mountains, okay, to the plains. Darjeeling and Simla are hill station in the Himalayas. And there are many more mountain ranges in India like the Vindhya range, the Satpura range, okay, in the central India. And the Nilgiri hills, also called the Blue Mountains, are in South India. The Ganga is the longest and the holiest river in India, okay. It rises from Devprayag near the glacier, that is Snow Mountain, Gangotri in the Himalayas. Next is northern plains. So a plain is a large area of flat and level land. So in plain you will find flat and level land like this. Okay, flat and level land. So many rivers flow through plains. Plains are densely populated. As it is a plain area, so plains are densely populated. People live in the plains. The Great Northern Plains lie to the south of Himalayas. The Great Northern Plains lie to the south of the Himalayas, and rivers like Ganga and Yamuna flow in this region. Ganga and Yamuna flow in the Great Northern Plains, and these rivers bring along fine silt called alluvium and deposit it in the northern plains. Along with these rivers comes the fine silt that is called alluvium, and they deposit in the northern plains. Thus the region forms the largest alluvial plain in the world. It is a very fertile region. Because of alluvium, this region has become very fertile. Okay. Next is farmers grow food crops like rice, wheat, corn, sugarcane in these plains because it is very fertile. And these are also supplied to different parts of the country. So the region is also called food bowl of India. So rice, wheat, corn and sugarcane, they are not only used, they are also supplied to different parts of the country. That is why this region is called as food bowl of India. Which region? The northern plains. The northern plains is called what? Food bowl of India. Barren land. It is very difficult terrain to construct roads or buildings. In barren land, it is very difficult to construct roads or buildings. Now, western desert. Desert is a sandy area which receives very little rainfall. You can see in the picture sandy area, and these areas receive very less rainfall. The Great Indian Desert or Thar Desert is situated in the western part of India. Thar Desert is situated in the western part of India. Here the land is dry, hot and barren. The land is hot, dry and barren because plants do not grow in this region. This region is very hot and dry. Okay. So during summer, days are very hot. During winter, the nights are very cold. And few plants like cactus, kikar grow here. Camels are used for transportation. Here in the summer the days are very hot, and in winter the nights are very cold, and few plants grow here like cactus and kika. And camels are used for transportation here. That is why the camel is called the sheep of the desert. Camels are used for transportation in the desert, so the camel is called the sheep of desert. Next is southern plateau. A flat land that is a little higher than the surrounding plain is called a plateau. A flat land, it is flat but little higher than the plains. Okay, so this is called plateau. It is flat land but little higher than the plains. To the south of the northern plains lies the southern plateau or the Deccan plateau. The Deccan plateau region is rocky and uneven and has many hills. You can see the Deccan plateau. It is rocky, isn't it? And uneven. Okay. It is rocky and uneven. It is not plain. And it has many hills. This is Deccan plateau. The two other plateaus of India are the Malwa plateau and the Chota Nagpur plateau. These plateaus are made up of hard volcanic rocks and have large deposits of minerals. They have hard volcanic rocks and large deposits of minerals. Coal, iron ore, copper, bauxite and limestones are some minerals found here. So the minerals that are found here are coal, iron ore, copper, bauxite and limestone. A piece of land surrounded on three sides by water is called a peninsula. What is called peninsula? A piece of land that is surrounded by water, okay, by three sides. A piece of land is there, on three sides water is there. So that is called peninsula. The southern part of India is triangular in shape. The southern part of India is triangular in shape and surrounded on three sides by water. Hence, it is a peninsula. Okay. So, you have seen the map of India. The southern part is triangular in shape and three sides is covered with water. So, this area is known as peninsula. Now comes coastal plains. The place where a land meets the sea is called a coast. Where the sea, you can see this sea is meeting the land here. This area is called coast. Okay. Plains along a coastline are called coastal plains. So the plains that are along the coast line are called coastal plains. Coastal plains are found along the east and west coast of India, and these plains join at Kanyakumari, the southernmost point of India. These coasts join at Kanyakumari, that is the southernmost point of India. Now let us see the islands. An island is a small area of land surrounded by water on all sides. So island is a small piece of land. You can see the picture. This is Lakshadweep Island. You can see this is a piece of land and all the sides water is there. So this is called island. And two island groups, the Lakshadweep in the Arabian Sea and Andaman and Nicobar in the Bay of Bengal, are parts of India. This is Arabian Sea. Okay. This is Lakshadweep Island, and in the Bay of Bengal you will find Andaman and Nicobar Island. Okay. So Lakshadweep Islands have emerged as a famous tourist spot. So this island is a famous tourist spot. Now climate. These different physical features in India experience different climates and have varied natural vegetation. So in different places, since the climate is different, so there is difference in the vegetation also. So therefore India has all types of climate, from bitter cold to very hot to humid. Okay, in India you will find variety of climates like bitter cold to very hot also and humid also. The climate is hot and dry in deserts. It is bitterly cold in the mountains, and it is hot in summer and cold in winter in the plains. Okay, the climate is hot and dry in deserts. it is bitterly cold on the mountains and hot in summer and cold in winter in the plains. It is humid throughout in the coastal areas. In the coastal areas, the climate is humid, okay, throughout the year. So here we have ended our chapter. Now let us see the question answers. The highest mountain peak in the Himalayas is Everest. Okay. If it is said that highest mountain peak in India, then we will say Kanchenjunga. The highest mountain peak in Himalayas is Everest. Chota Nagpur is what? A plateau. It grows in the Thar desert. What? Cactus. Cactus grows in the deserts. The Deccan region is a plateau. We have seen the Deccan plateau, the picture. An island in the Arabian Sea is what? Lakshadweep. So name the following. The continent in which India is located is Asia. A hill station in the Himalayas, Simla. The other name of Blue Mountain is Nilgiri Hills. The animals which is called the sheep of desert is camel. And a landform surrounded by water on all sides is called island. Okay. Now let us move on to fill in the blanks. Dash is the highest mountain peak in Himalayas lying in Nepal is Mount Everest. Plains lying along a coastline are coastal plains. Northern plain region is also called the football of India. A desert is a sandy area which receives very little rainfall. The Deccan Plateau is a rocky and uneven and has many hills. Question answers I have already discussed in my previous video. So, which water bodies are found on the three sides of India? Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea and Indian Ocean. Write the names of any four neighbors. I have already told you. In the first page it is there. In Pakistan, Afghanistan, then Bangladesh, Nepal, Myanmar, Bhutan. Okay. What is the peninsula? Which part of India is peninsula? I have already made you mark peninsula here. This one, piece of land surrounded on three sides by water is called peninsula. And the southern part of India is what? Peninsula. Which part of India is peninsula? The southern part of India. The southern part of India is a peninsula. Name a few minerals found on the plateaus. I have already told you. And which island group lies in the Bay of Bengal? You can see these are the minerals. Okay, these are the minerals found in the plateaus. And in the Bay of Bengal, Andaman and Nicobar Island is there. Okay. So Andaman and island group that lies in the Bay of Bengal is Andaman and Nicobar. Write short note on the Great Himalayan Range. Why do the northern plains have fertile land? Describe the weather condition in a desert. What are plateaus? Where are the plateaus located in India? What is the type of land in the city you live in? So this one, number 5 answer. The type of land in the city we live in is northern plains. Okay. And for rest all the question answers I have made you mark in the book. Okay. For Great Himalayan Range, you have to write from here to here, that is E1. Okay. Next is E2 is here. Why the land is fertile in northern plains? Because rivers like Ganga and Yamuna flow in this region, and these rivers bring along fine silt called aluminium and deposit in the northern plain. That is why it is a fertile region. This is E number 2. E number 4. Number 3. What type of climate is there in the desert? During summer the days are very hot and during winter the nights are very cold. Okay. And it is given here, describe the weather condition, and also you will add it receives very little rainfall. Desert receives very little rainfall. Next, describe the weather condition in a desert. That one we have done already. What are plateaus and where are the plateaus located in India? We have already seen. This is E number 4. A flat land that is little higher than surrounding plains is called plateau, and where it is located? To the south of northern plains lies the southern plateau or the Deccan plateau. Okay, so you will write this is the answer, E number 4. And E number 5 I have already told you, and I have made you mark also. You will see D number 3, D number 5. If you can't understand the spellings, you just look into the book and then you will write. Okay. So students, here we end our class. This was the revision of chapter number 4. We have already discussed chapter number 3. You will learn properly and give your test. Okay. So in the next class we will discuss the next chapter. So till then, bye and thank you children.